To something more serious, colorectal cancer. It is the second leading cause of death in the United States. Good news is, it is also highly preventable. We want to welcome Dr. Donald Brust from Southwest Medical and to tell us things we need to know about screenings and ways to prevent this potentially deadly disease. But if it's caught in time, it is treatable.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things that we like to stress during Colorectal Cancer Screening Month all year long, but during our dedicated month we like to stress that. We know that there are about 51,000 deaths per year, and there are an additional 150,000 new diagnoses per year. Our studies show that we can actually prevent about 60% of those by paying attention, by getting people to have screenings for the disease.
Instantly, we all think of colonoscopies when we think of screenings, and we are going to talk about those. But there are other ways, less invasive ways to screen yourself.
Absolutely there are. There's about 5 or 6 tests that are recognized by the American Cancer Society and our other preventive task forces that regulate these things, and we have 2 of them here today. Both of these are at-home based tests. They're stool-based tests, so they're non-invasive. They're designed so that the patient can actually do this at home. And what they both have in common is that the patient will collect stool for each of them discreetly at home, and then they're able to send that back. One of them will test for blood, but the other one, called Cologuard, goes a step further, and it tests for blood, the presence of blood within the human GI tract, but also for the presence of high-risk DNA, because we know that as colon cancer is forming, it's turning over cells, and we start to shed these cells in the stool that we can then find on these tests.
And these will catch the disease roughly 70% of the time?
Yeah, so the one that tests just for blood is about 70 to 80% accurate in finding cancers when we know they're there.
Okay.
And in this case, it's about 92%. You mentioned colonoscopy. It's remained the gold standard for our testing, and that's because we detect about 95 to 98% of colon cancers during colonoscopy.
And I will fully out myself here and say that I am in the key demo now, as I have just crossed the 50 mark. And for someone like me who is hesitant to do this test because it doesn't look pleasant, what would you say?
I would say go do it. I mean, I would tell you that it is much easier than most people think. It is with your 5 children, I think I heard you say, and 5 hours of sleep a night. You could benefit just from the sleep alone, aside from the
little
screening.
nap, yeah.
But really, it's much easier than most people are ever going to think. And I don't think I've ever had a patient who's looked back who had colon cancer or had several polyps who then says, well, I'll never do that again.
Right.
Because it is much easier than most people think. There is a little bit of preparation that goes toward it. The day prior to the test, you drink a solution that cleans out the colon. But the test itself is about 20 minutes. You're asleep throughout the whole thing. You don't feel any discomfort when you wake up. We've removed the air that we would put in that would otherwise cause discomfort. So patients 9 times out of 10 wake up asking when we're going to get started.
Yeah, and every one of my friends who has gone through it has said the same thing. Just do it.
Yeah.
You're not going to regret it, as you said.
Yeah,
Dr.
it's
Brust,
pretty simple.
Thanks so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
For more information, you can give Southwest Medical Associates a call at that number on the screen, 702-877-5199, or visit that website. And we want to thank them for being one of our Community Pride partners.